Last night, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered troops into two breakaway regions in eastern Ukraine and recognized those regions as independent from Ukraine. This sent shockwaves through stock futures, oil prices, and cryptocurrencies. So we're going to talk about what's going on with that situation, and we're also going to touch on a new acquisition from SoFi that is sending their share price plummeting today. So stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to TipRanks. I'm Richard Allen. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. The market volatility continues with Russia making some big moves last night. It wasn't looking great for stock futures. Now, today we'll get into the exact numbers, but it's not as bad as stock futures would have indicated. The NASDAQ was down 3%. S&P was down 2%, and the Dow was down about 1%. So stock futures were looking really bad yesterday, but it's not as bad today. We'll talk about that. Bitcoin and Ethereum down 15 and 17% respectively over the past week. So this Russia situation is really creating some turmoil there. There's also a situation with the protest up in Canada and Canada seizing cryptocurrencies and bank accounts and things like that. Not great for cryptocurrencies overall. So there's a lot going on in the market right now. So before we really get into it though, let me know how you're feeling. Are you holding up through this craziness? Hopefully you're watching our videos. Let me know if you're buying the dip, if you're holding cash, if you're sitting on the sidelines, if you're excited or fearful. I want to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments. But if we jump over to TipRanks.com, you can see that the S&P 500 is down 0.5% today. Dow down 0.76%. And the NASDAQ down 0.73%. Not as bad as what we expected for today. Now, if we scroll over, we have Bitcoin recovering on the day, up 1.6%, and Ethereum up 1%. Alibaba down 5%, Apple down 1.5%, Amazon trading right at 3,000 per share, down over 1.5%. And then Tesla under 820 for the first time in a while, down 5% on the day. So major and in the market right now. But what's causing all of this? The Russia-Ukraine situation with Putin sending troops into these regions and declaring them as independent was a terrible sign for the market. So this is sending Biden and Boris Johnson and the German chancellor and the French president all scrambling to sanction Russia. But Russia has been dealing with sanctions since they annexed Crimea in 2014. So they've done a lot to make sure that their country will be able to function properly with these sanctions. Now, this is sending markets like oil, things like that up. We have natural gas up 50% over the past year, up 25% year to date. Same thing with oil. Oil is almost $100 per barrel, up over 60% over the past year and up over 20% year to date. So a lot of craziness going on in the market, but some may see those things as an opportunity. Some may have purchased before this big run up because they saw the writing on the wall with Russia and Ukraine. So let me know if you bought into some of these oil companies that are doing really well right now, or these commodities. I would love to hear from you down in the comments. But in terms of the negative impact on the stock market today, I thought it was going to be much worse, but maybe this is already priced into what's been going on in the market, with the last 2 weeks being down overall. So let me know how you're feeling right now. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Let's talk about SoFi and this acquisition, sending their shares plummeting right now, almost near that $10 SPAC price that they started with. Down almost 8% on the day, trading under $10.50 per share. So what the heck happened with SoFi? Why is it down 8% on the day? They announced today that they'll be acquiring a business called Technisys. Technisys is a cloud-based banking platform. They are acquiring them in an all-stock deal for a little less than 10% of the SoFi shares, worth $1.1 billion. In a statement from SoFi, they say Technisys has built an attractive, fast growth business with a unique and critical strategic technology that all leading financial service companies will need in order to keep pace with digital innovation. So SoFi has one big goal. They want to become like the AWS of banking. That's what they want to do. And they already own this company called Galileo that runs a lot of the background stuff for like Robinhood and Credit Karma and a lot of the other mobile banking services that you probably use. So what does Technisys have? Let me know if you guys want me to dig more into this acquisition, because I've never heard of Technisys. Let me know if you want me to dig into this acquisition, and I'll do a dedicated video on SoFi if you want me to. But I kind of want to find out what Technisys has that SoFi needed so bad that they're willing to pay $1.1 billion for and tank their stock. SoFi down now over 8%, down trading at 1046 per share. SoFi is a moderate buy based on 11 ratings with an average upside of just over 80% as of recording this video. So 80% over the next 12 months, that would be pretty darn sweet. But even on the low end, it's like 60%. So let me know how you're feeling about SoFi right now. Are you interested in investing at these prices? Do you think it's going to fall more? And also, let me know how you feel about this market volatility and what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Do you think it's going to get worse? Or do you agree with some people out there that Vladimir Putin is just posturing and trying to get some concessions and what he wants? And do you think he's pretty isolated, and this country is pretty isolated from these sanctions that all of these major countries around the world are trying to hit Russia with? I think they're pretty well isolated right now. They've spent the last decade or so acquiring about $600 billion worth of foreign currency reserves. So I think they've got plenty of money to wait out these issues right now, unless all of those currencies around the world tank. I think Russia's going to be okay financially in the short term. But I want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you learned something new or found any value in this video at all, let me know by hitting that like button and that subscribe button down below. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.